Hello, so today I'll be talking through the first lesson plan for the first home visit that I would conduct. Um, it is for Marilee Bibb, who is 27 months old, and the activity title is Retelling a Story. The materials used for this activity would be any book that is developmentally appropriate for the child. The example that I have here is called David and Goliath. It's a pop-up book, and I chose it because the family did indicate that they are religious, they are Christians, and the child is almost 3, but it follows a pretty good storyline. The procedures for this activity would be that the parent should instruct the child to choose any book that they like. The example I gave was David and Goliath. The parent should sit down with the child and read the book to her. While the parent reads the book to the child, they should be pointing the child to look at the pictures and directing them to notice how and what is going on in the story is depicted through the images. They can also ask them to make a prediction on what will happen next in the story based on the pictures that they see. After having read the book, the parent should ask the child what their favorite part of the story was and why, and should then challenge the child to retell the story. If the child has a hard time doing it from memory, then they can look at the pictures for help to do that. The anticipated learning outcomes is that the child will be able to draw meaning from pictures in a book and can retell a story through them. Any accommodations would be that if the child is not able to retell the story from memory, that they should be able to look at the pictures for help. The teacher's role during this activity would just be to facilitate questions for the parent to ask the child and help in directing the child's attention if necessary. The parent's role would be to provide the child with the story and direct their attention to specific aspects that will help them remember it better. The parent had requested for activities that would help her child get a head start on things she would learn in preschool, so this miniature literacy activity will help with that. She also asked for help with teaching the child to keep her attention on one task, and since the child is being engaged, she will stay focused and learn to do that in other tasks as well, so she will be able to carry that out in her gymnastics classes as well. The protective factor that I focused on in this activity is knowledge of child development, because I will inform the parents of what children Marilee's age should be interested in doing, and specifically when it comes to literacy. And some examples that I have for that is that she should be enjoying listening to and talking about storybooks. She should have an understanding of print and that it carries a message. She should make attempts to read and write. She should be able to identify familiar signs and labels. She should participate in rhyming games. She should be able to identify some letters and make some letter sound matches. And she should be able to use known letters or her best attempt to write the letters to represent written language, especially for meaningful words like their names or phrases such as "I love you." So yeah, that is the whole lesson plan. The main focus is for the parent to be there for the child in talking through the story so that the child is able to retell it. And this may take a couple tries, it may take a couple reading through the stories, but Marilee should be able to start to memorize or learn these things, especially in connection to the pictures, and by the end should be able to retell the story either by looking at the pictures or through memory.